folks, I'm Deceased Crab, and next on my Let's Play will be none other than Legacy of the Wizard. Known in Japan as Dragon Slayer 4, Drassel family. Legacy of the Wizard. Anybody play this game? It's really hard. It's got really good music. It's a bit like La Mulana in some respects. You go through an open-ended dungeon, finding items, getting mauled by spikes and enemies. These little demos, you don't know if they're a threat or a promise. It's like the game is saying, hey you there, see this? This is going to happen to you. You're going to fall in these spikes. You're going to get hurt by that guy. Frankenstein-looking monster, he's going to get you. We're not going to get into the game just yet. I want to talk about the story itself and what to expect from the game. Oh yeah. See those cat things? They're gonna maul you. It's like the game is waving a knife at you, grinning. That's what these intros are like. Alright, that's about enough of that. Alright, it starts you off in this lovely home. We've got a couple characters here. This is Grandpa. Grandpa was a big wizard back in the day. He sealed the Dragon Kila in the ruins nearby, the Rudin Castle and all that. Only Kila's waking up, there are monsters running around, so it's up to these guys, the Drassel family, and their dog Pochi, to stop him. Let's see what Grandpa has to say. Oh, he wants me to enter a really long password. Well, you know what? That is not happening. I don't have any passwords for you, man. Let me out. Alright, this is Grandma. Grandma doesn't have any nifty backstory. She just gives us passwords. We're not going to need those. No. Alright, let's start looking at the characters. Starting with Roas. Roas is the Ranger. He is considered the weakest character in the game. Utterly useless, failure at everything. Yeah, he looks interesting now, but let me tell you. This is not a great jump. It's got lame range, no power. There is no reason we would ever want to use Roas, but we'll be using him later in the game for some very specific reasons. Let's take a look at the next person. How about his sister, Lil? Also called the Elf for some reason. Lil is not very strong, but look at it this way. She can jump really high. Absurdly high. We'll be using Lil for the sole purpose of she can jump really high. You want to go get stuff? You want to use Lil because she can jump high. Oh my. Let's take a look at the mother, Menya Drassel. Alright. We'll take a look at those items as well later, which we have none. She's pretty generic, a little stronger. She can use certain items that everybody else can. Every character can only use certain items. And they're best suited to a certain part of the dungeon. And we have Zem. It's spelled X-E-M-N, but I'm not going to try and pronounce that. I'm going to call him Zem. Zem's cool. You know? Yeah, he's Zem. He destroys things. You laugh, but those hammers, they do a lot of damage. Kind of hard to move around. And lastly, we have Pochi. Pochi is the family dog, but he's actually a monster. Pochi cannot be harmed by the monsters in the dungeon. That's right, he can't be harmed by them. He has no range, next to no power, but he's not invulnerable. Gets hurt by poison and bosses and spikes. That's it. Alright, you've met the Drassel family. Aren't they interesting? Now, we're going to take out Lil first, but let's take a look at all of the items. We don't have any, but just a brief overview. This is the Dragon Slayer sword. We're not going to get that for a long time. Magic key, jump boots, crowns. We need to collect 4 of those. That's the point of the game. Crystals take you back to start. Spiked boots, jump on enemies to kill them. here we have the 3 block moving items. The Matic just kills blocks. The glove uses blocks, and the crossbow makes blocks bounce back and forth. Lil uses this one, Zem uses this one, and Menya uses this one. So if you're Roas or Pochi, you can't break those blocks. Don't even try. Armor, used by Zem. Flying magic wings, used by Menya. Key, also by Menya. Power Knuckle, can be used by anybody. Makes you damage more. Fire Rod, increases your distance, not going to use that. Dragon Shield, allows you to not take damage from magic projectiles. Really useful for bosses. Magic Potion, Health Potion. That's pretty much it. So we're gonna move, I guess. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna start this dungeon and... oh! Falling damage. That's right, falling damage. Alright, the entrance is that way. We're not going in just yet. And here's a castle. There's the Rudin Castle where everything takes place. This was once a prosperous land, and then Kila, blah, 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 story, story, story. Don't care. I don't care. So, next time on Let's Play Legacy of the Wizard, we actually go in the dungeon, and I start explaining what we're doing. I'm Deceased Crab. Good night.